Hello, my name is Lupine, and I will be telling the story of the Rainbow Crow. So, one day, long before humans walked the earth, the first snow began to fall. And the animals saw no problem with this. They thought it was fun to play around in the snow, and the summer before had been so hot, it was nice to finally cool off. But the snow didn't stop, and it just kept rising and rising, and the smaller animals started not being able to keep their heads above the rising tide of snow. They had to climb onto the backs of the other animals, and those taller animals knew that if this kept happening, they too would soon be covered with this snow. So they held a meeting with all of the animals gathered around to figure out what they should do about this. And they all agreed it would be best to send someone up to the Creator to ask her for help, but they couldn't agree who would be the best animal to send. They kept bickering back and forth, and the snow just kept rising and rising until they heard a voice call out from among the trees, I'll go, and I'll go to the Creator, and I'll ask her for help. And they heard this beautiful voice. They looked up, and they saw rainbow plumage in the trees, and they agreed this gem of a bird would be the best animal to send to the Creator. So Rainbow Crow immediately took off past the earth, past the moon and the sun, all the way to heaven, where he saw the Creator. But sadly, with a bird his size, he was far too small to be noticed. So he did what he did best, and he began singing for her. He sang his heart out until she finally noticed him and saw her creation standing before her, and she asked him, what's brought you here? He tried to keep his complexion solemn, but he broke out, please, please, Creator, please, my friends back home, they're being covered up. I need you to help me. Can't you stop the snow? Please. But the Creator looked down on him with pity and said, I'm sorry. The snow has a soul of its own. It would be wrong for me to crush it. But I can give you the gift of fire that will melt away all of the snow and save your friends. So she broke off a twig and stuck it into the sun and lit it ablaze. She handed it to the crow, and he took it graciously into his beak. He thanked her, and he immediately took back off towards earth. He flew out of heaven, past the sun, past the moon, but as he was flying, the smoke tarnished his feathers a dull, dusty black, and the smoke filled his lungs and made him cough. Ah, ah. And his voice was hoarse. He couldn't sing anymore, and he was now black. But he flew back to earth and circled around his friends, melting all the snow and freeing them from the freezing winter. And they sang out for him. They sang out in joy, and they praised him. They thanked him for saving their lives. They lit a fire and had a feast. They celebrated him. But he was sad because he would never sing the same again, and he would never look the same again. So he went off alone on a branch to cry. But the Creator heard his cries and came back to visit and said, Crow, don't be sad, because soon humans will walk this earth, but they won't hunt you, for your meat tastes of smoke, and your voice is no longer beautiful. So they will let you go free. And if you hold your wings up to the light, if the sun shines through just right, you can still see millions of tiny rainbows. So don't be sad. Thank you.